PSG versus Inter Milan in the Champions League final. This is my match preview on PSG versus Inter Milan in Bayern Munich. This is a blockbuster match. Take my words for it. You are gonna enjoy every bit of seconds that you watch in this match. This is a very interesting encounter between these two sides who are meeting for the very first time in a competitive game. And then this is only the second time a French side is meeting an Italian side in the Champions League final. The last time they met was in 1993. For those of us who could remember, Marseille beating Juventus in what I will call the first Champions League final after it was renamed from an European Cup final to UEFA Champions League final. And again, this is the fifth time a final will be played in Bayern Munich. PSG are the favorites because the last four visitors who have won the trophy in this very stadium were the first time they were doing it. Nottingham Forest in 1979, Marseille in 1993, Dortmund in 1997, and Chelsea in 2012. So PSG will be licking their lips to continue that trend because they say history do not lie, and history always find a way to repeat itself. But again, need I remind you that the French side has lost 15 out of their last 17 finals. So the odds are not so much on their favor, looking at the history trend as well. But again, these two sides are having the best campaign in the Champions League in their lifetime, if not the best, one of the best, because PSG has for the first time scored 33 goals in a European competition, and Inter Milan matching their best study in 2002/2003 season. In as much as on paper it looks like it's going to be an attack versus defense, because the Inter Milan side has had the most clean sheets with 8, and some are being responsible for the 7 clean sheets. And he's just behind two goalkeepers, Emiliano Martinez as well as Thibaut Courtois, in terms of most saves made. And then he has faced the most least expected shots. Before that semi-final clash, Inter Milan has only conceded 5 goals. So in total, they have conceded 11 goals owing to the 6 goals they conceded against Barcelona, a free scoring side. With Barcelona, Inter Milan side must have gotten a template of how to play against a position-based team. Like I said, this match is going to be very interesting because these two sides have been doing so well in the Champions League. Remember, in the last 5 years, they have been in the Champions League final before, with PSG being in the Champions League final in 2020 and losing to Bayern Munich, and Inter Milan in 2003. And Inter Milan in 2023 losing to Manchester City. So they have all to play for this. Inter will be relying on their experienced side, who has featured more 30+ men in this season, just behind Atletico Madrid. And the PSG side will be relying on the work rate of the young energies they have in their team, with only Marquinhos, the only player who is age 30+ in that team. So it's going to be like an experience versus young lads. This match, contrary to popular opinion that Inter Milan are too pragmatic and conservative, Inter Milan has only fallen behind other teams 3 times this season. And Inter Milan, when they fall behind in those 3 situations, they do not take more than 4 minutes to reply. So my dear punters, banking on Inter Milan to score next after PSG has gone up 1 will be a very nice game to play. But again, let's talk about Inter Milan side. Acerbi, Sommer, Mkhitaryan, and a lot of 30+ years players who know that this might actually be their final opportunity, in winning the Champions League. They will be doing all they can to make sure they bring this home. But again, the PSG side, this side in Europe has been very exciting. They are the side with the most shots and most shot on target in Europe. They are very, very good, and they look out for each other. I cannot admire enough the way this PSG side play, how they tend to look out for each other. Despite their incredible individual quality, they tend to play as a team. They have a structure, but there is a lot of freedom in that structure. But again, Inter Milan side has so much individual quality as well, and they can bleed and they can fight for each other. Dumfries, remember, coming back from injury in that semi-final, contributed in 5 out of 7 goals in which they scored. He will be very, very crucial. And in the nights of Champions League, this guy is very phenomenal, or European competition. He has contributed to whooping 51 goals across European competitions. So he will be very key in this match. Lautaro Martinez is among the few players to have scored in every knockout round, scoring in the round of 16, scoring in the quarterfinal, and scoring in the semi-final. Inter Milan will be looking up to him to perform that magic again. And remember, he's on course to be the Inter Milan striker with the most goals in a Champions League campaign. Dembele as well. So I just cannot wait for this match. This match will be very, very interesting. Regardless of whatever happens, records will be broken and history will be made. Tell me your thoughts Tell me your opinion. I'll be on the comment section. This is Football Matter, the catalyst and the analyst, the football pacifier and the football encyclopedia. Peace. No cheats.